everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is April 16th, 2025, and it is 2:52 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, so today is going to be my first testimony that I'm going to upload to YouTube. My other one is on Facebook, and I'm not sure if I'm going to upload that one as well, so I decided to make this video. Some of my Facebook family and friends, it's just easier for them to just click directly on the video from Facebook. So that's why I went ahead and made that video, and I thought, you know what, I'll make one today to make it the most updated one and upload this video to YouTube. Okay, so I wear two of the LifeWave patches. I wear an X39 patch, and I also wear the Carnosine patch. Just in case you don't watch the other video, I do want to say that the patches use what's called phototherapy. Each patch is reflective, and it reflects the infrared light that comes from your body back into your body at different wavelengths. In some of the searches that you do when you research the patches, it will say frequencies, but the infrared light is reflected back into your body. And then for the X39 patch, the infrared light travels through the water in your body to your stem cells to either get them to start working again or to repair them so that they start working properly. For the Carnosine patch, the infrared light reflects back into your body, and it goes to the Carnosine, and then it just works with your Carnosine to make sure that everything is working properly. Okay, so I have been wearing the X39 patch for 60 days. I've been wearing the Carnosine patch for 4 days. For the X39 patch, I have to say, I'm super excited, like I said, to share what LifeWave calls a testimony. Okay, so for the Carnosine patch, I would have to say it's a little too early for me to share anything about that. Nothing new has happened, basically. Okay, so first of all, I'll just start going from head to toe. I am going to tell you guys about the water and this watch. Why are they sitting here when I get finished with my testimony? So to start with my hair is starting to grow back its natural hair color, or my natural hair color, I should say, in different parts of my hair. I am what's called salt and pepper all over. If you don't know what that is, that means that my hair is black and gray all over. Okay, there's not a strand of my hair that's not black and gray, a combination of the two. And so here on this side, I've noticed that it's starting to get darker again up here in the front. And so I'm super excited about that. Also, today I went and I got my design cut in, and my barber noticed that my hair had grown back pretty quickly. And also he said that it was thicker. And I was like, yeah, I remember I'm wearing the patch. And I also started wearing a Carnosine patch. And he's like, oh yeah, that's right. So yesterday I went to the hair salon. Whenever it gets close to us having an event to go to, then I go get my hair dyed and everything like that. It's like every 2 to 3 months. And so my hairstylist and I, between this week and last week, have talked about how my hair is growing faster than what it normally was. It is thicker. I don't have as many split ends. It's not shedding as much. It's not falling out. Whenever I get sick and I end up taking prescription medicine, if I'm on the prescription medicine for too long, my hair starts to fall out. So I am happy to say that, yes, if you do watch my first video, I was sick. I had the flu when I recorded the video. I do want to say the patch did not make me sick. Okay, so let me make sure that I mention that the patches are topical. They are drug-free. They do not introduce anything into your body. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I make that clear, that I just caught the flu from someone, basically. And so anyways, myself and my hairstylist were talking about how this part of my hair is getting longer. This was like my problem side of my hair. You know, it would get to about maybe down here. And then, like I said, I'm not sick that often, but when I would get sick, I'd be sick for weeks. And then eventually I'd go to the doctor. And like I said, here came the prescription medicine. And then next thing I know, my hair would look like I got a haircut. And so basically I would start all over again, literally from almost about this length for all my hair. And I'm happy to say that that is not happening anymore. Now, also, I do want to say I do a keratin treatment, but that's only every 2 to 3 months. And a keratin treatment, you go look it up. It's pretty unique. It does help with all of that, your split ends, with your hair shedding, with if it's thinning, If you get your hair dyed, it locks the color in place and stuff like that. But the thing about it is that my hair was still shedding more than usual, and it was still falling out. That last time we're like, okay, let's see what happens. We're gonna do the keratin treatment. That was like maybe 2 months ago. Like I said, the most recent one was last week. And so we're like, okay, it's getting better. But like I said, once I started wearing the X39 patch, it just stopped. And I'm happy because it was a lot. I'm trying to think if there's anything else with my hair. I don't think so. Oh, well, actually, there is one more thing. Okay, so this morning, I almost forgot about that because that was just this morning. I took my mirror and I looked and I thought, okay, remember that balding spot you kind of had going on up there? What's going on with that? Let me check and see. My hair eventually started to grow back little by little, but it was still kind of thin. And so now it's looking thicker. It's not completely gone just yet, but almost. So I am excited about that. I thought, no, I'm barely, in my 40s. I don't want to be balding at any point in time. So I'm super excited. My teeth. Okay, this is going to sound kind of awkward, but I have not changed my brushing habits. I have not changed my toothpaste, and I've noticed that my teeth are whiter. My gums are pinker. And so I'm really excited about that as well. That was something I wasn't really expecting. You read about people, you talk to people that are wearing patches, you watch videos, if you do a lot of research like I do. And so that hasn't been something that I've heard anyone else say. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's new. The hair, yes, a lot of people say that. So far as also the nails. So my nails are going faster than what they actually were before. It got to the point to where they kind of weren't for a little while. And they are stronger. They don't bend as easy. I recently just cut them again because I'm going to do my nails either today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. It's getting kind of late. And so I'm super excited about that. I let them grow this last time. I had cut them about 3 or 4 times since I started wearing the X39 patch, which I believe was on February 18th. And so this last time I said, let them grow, don't foul them, try to make them pretty or anything. You need to see what they're going to do when they get to a certain length, because I do put on full cover nails, and eventually my nails start to grow at a curve, and then they kind of curve down away from the nails. So I need to see what was going to happen, but I thought, no, it's almost prep time to get them ready to put them on. So like I said, today I cut them, but they're very, very healthy. I'm really, really excited because I have not done my nails in probably about 2 to 3 months. And so part of nail health is making sure that you get rid of the cuticle on your nails. And I haven't done any of that. So to see that they look this healthy, I'm really, really excited about that as well. Also, energy. I have a lot more energy, and also with sleeping, I am sleeping for longer periods of time when I do sleep. And so I'm really, really excited about that. My eyesight. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, my husband and I went out into the garage and we took my prescription sunglasses and the clip-ons. When I got my prescription sunglasses made, I wanted them as close to the original lens as possible. And so I didn't pick a dark enough color. And I thought, all right, well, either I have them made in a darker color or I buy polarized clip-ons. The first set wasn't big enough this way, and so the second set was. So we went out to the garage, and the ones I liked, I said, put them in your pocket. And then the other ones, the colors are going to clash because my lens is brown, so I have to be careful and see which ones I can wear, which ones I can't. Mainly it's going to be for driving. Obviously, when I'm walking around, I'm not going to really need it. And so I was in between switching clips, and I was looking at my husband, talking to him. And since I did not always wear glasses, okay, I didn't start wearing, I'll say, readers first until maybe my early 20s. And so would say that even though I'm used to wearing my glasses now, I also at one point in time was used to not having to wear glasses at all. And so it didn't really dawn on me at first until I realized I didn't have the weight of my prescription sunglasses on my face. Since I have a high prescription, my lenses are thick. And so, you wear the sunglasses, they're a little bit heavier than prescription glasses. And I told him, I said, oh my gosh, I'm not wearing my glasses. I just realized I don't have the weight of them on my face. And the difference is that since I'm farsighted and it's easier for me to see things further away, when people are standing close to me, after a while, they're, let's say, like the definition in their face. If they have dimples, things like that. If they have freckles, after a while, their face will start to blur, so I can't tell. I can only see their eye color and if they're smiling or not smiling. And like I said, eventually that happens where I can't see the defining features in their face, and then after that their face goes blurry, which is awkward because I can still see their body down. It's so weird. Obviously I can see like big things like cars, things like that, font about this size. I can watch TV, you know, with them off. Usually I don't, because I don't want to strain them. I don't want to, you know, I want them to get better. I don't want them to get worse, you know. So of course, if we're supposed to wear them, I guess all day, I would say during different times, so actually all day for me, driving, reading. I thought obviously I need to wear them when I'm watching TV as well, but my eyesight is getting clearer with them off. And so I was really excited about that, because I remember when I got my first pair of prescription glasses, and the difference between readers and prescription glasses is so different. You know how you say, oh my gosh, I can see. And even though you can still see some without them, like I'm not like other people that I know where they take their glasses off and everything goes blurry. Okay, so my eyesight is not like that. But everything was just clear, and I was just like, oh wow. And I was so excited when I got my first pair of prescription glasses and stuff like that. So now the opposite is happening with them off. And yes, I am hoping that maybe I'll be able to stop wearing them, or maybe my prescription will get better. Maybe I won't be at the number I'm at now, and when I'm at a plus, let's say, I think 4 point something, and the other I'm at a plus 5 point something. So like I said, it's pretty high of a prescription. And so maybe if I get down to like a plus 1.75 or plus 1.5, I'll be really, really excited. But I really don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to think, because I've actually done this video more than once, and I thought you got to make it short, get it down to just your testimony. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to go down the list and think of anything else, of any health improvements that I've seen. I'm thinking, oh, blood pressure. Yes, I'm gonna make sure I don't forget that. Okay, so recently I went to my doctor and I asked him, it was like a checkup, you know, I had the blood test and stuff like that. We talked about my blood tests and things like that. Everything is good. He goes, you're perfect. And I was like, yes. Okay, I didn't really have anything major going on or anything like that. It's like no high cholesterol, nothing like that. But it was just the fact that my numbers are getting better than what they were before. So I was excited about that. And I thought, you know what, I don't have high blood pressure. We did check that. Also, I did go take a stress test, things like that. And so I was like, you know what, since I don't have high blood pressure, can I stop doing my blood pressure? I have to do it in the morning and in the evening, or I guess I'll say at night, actually. Yeah, somewhere around 9 p.m. or after. And so last time I asked him, he was like, well, you know, it's good to just keep checking. You know, I know you're okay. This time, he was like, oh yeah, you can stop. Really? And he was like, yeah. He said, you know, every now and then, if you want to do it like, let's say 2 days a week, then that's fine. But yeah, no, there's no need. And I was like, oh, I'm so excited, because he used to tell me to avoid my triggers. And it was just, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it was annoying. It was annoying to have to keep checking it. I was at day like 200 and something. I kid you not. I keep track of my health. I keep track of my migraines, of my allergies, of the pain I started to be in. I'll talk about that next. And so I have two different, one is a notebook and one's a binder. And like I said, the binder is just my, in general health, that I see my team of doctors for. I do have a team of doctors. And so I thought, okay, well, I just have to think, this is just safety precaution or whatever. You know, now it's just, oh, like he said, it'll be a good thing just to check. But it still was annoying enough to where it actually would raise my blood pressure a little bit. And I was like, okay, let me sit here and calm down. You have to sit there for about 5 to 15 minutes anyway before you do it. And so I thought, at least nothing's wrong, right? So I had to tell myself that. And after a while, it was just still annoying. And so I was really happy that I could stop. I can't stress that enough. I'm so happy that if I wanted to, I could just stop checking my blood pressure altogether. And then, did I just almost forget what else I wanted to tell you guys just that fast? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just so excited. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go over checklist. I'm not going to list off the things again in detail, but we'll just go, let's say hair, nails, teeth, pain. Yes, I knew I would get to it. Okay, so the pain is the main reason why I wanted to start wearing the X39 patch, to see if my stem cells were being repaired, if the ones that weren't working properly, if they did start working properly, what health improvements would I see? Would the pain go away? And I started doing research. What are stem cells? What do they do? And then I got specific. I said, okay, how do stem cells help the pain in the back of your neck, the pain in the side of your neck, muscle spasms in your right arm? Like, I really went down the list of the pain I was experiencing. And so I'm happy to say that I have little to no pain. It's like every 2 to 3 weeks instead of at random every week, and not knowing if it's going to last for 2 days or 3 days or anything like that. My hands were hurting a lot. Okay, it felt like I had smashed them, and whatever it was had just stayed sitting on my hands, or like I maybe hit it with the hammer like multiple times. And then it got to the point to where it was hard for me to hold things, especially with my right hand. It would hurt so much that I would have to put down whatever it was. Anything from, let's say this water bottle, is an 18-ounce water bottle, to even a piece of paper. Okay, and if my hands weren't hurting, they would start, and then I would get nervous and like, okay, let me put this down before I drop it. Okay, so that has stopped as well. And then I had muscle spasms in my left arm that had started, which I thought, oh no. Okay, the muscle spasms in my right arm, that was common, but not in my left. And that only happened like maybe once or twice, and then that stopped completely. Okay, so the pain in the back of my neck is gone, on the right side of my neck is gone, and my back is gone. It got to the point to where it was my whole body, and so I thought I have to do something. I don't want to keep taking pain medicine. I don't like taking medicine anyway. I started to get headaches. I thought that's not good. I already get migraines. I was getting headaches in the back of my head. Those stopped. And so I was really excited about that too, because it literally felt like I had hit my head on something. And the pain was either a throbbing pain, an aching, or both. Okay, it wasn't sharp pains. It was just constant pain once it would start, and hardly anything could get it to stop. So, like I said, super excited about that. Now, I do want to say you do have to drink a lot of water, but I mean, I know that I wasn't drinking enough water a day anyway. I mean, I was getting better at it, but it wasn't like, okay, for instance, there's an equation that I found online. My friend and I had discussed this months and months ago. It was something she was trying. It was something that had a name. It wasn't keto or weight loss, but it had a name like that. And so she said that it said that you take your weight, you divide it in half, and that's how many ounces of water you're supposed to drink a day. Okay, so I thought, I know I'm not drinking enough water. And then I recently did the math again because I'm losing weight. That's another thing. If you're wondering, do you work out? Like, do you go to the gym? No. I don't do any, I don't know how you would say that, like hardcore working out here. I don't walk on my treadmill anymore. I do lift some 5-pound weights. I do like some curl ups, some arm extensions, things like that. But I don't do crunches, sit-ups, none of that. Pilates, Tai Chi. I'm naming off all the stuff I used to do. Okay. And so I'm happy to say that I'm doing almost close to no exercise, and my weight is slowly going down. And that also might be because I'm drinking more water. That was the reason why she was doing that. I don't know what you call it, program. Like I said, it had a name to it, was because it helped with weight loss. And so I thought, well, of course, it's obviously also because I'm drinking more water, but I mean, I don't think I actually looked into stem cells and weight loss. I forgot to do that. As much research as I do, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember printing out anything or reading anything online about that. But like I said, I am doing as little as possible. And I only take vitamin C, 500 milligrams. That's it. I don't take prenatal anymore. I don't take vitamin E anymore. I was taking calcium D3. I don't take that anymore. I know I probably should maybe still take the calcium D3, but for now, I don't think I'm going to start back. So, like I said, just a lot of exciting things. I think so far as the health improvements that I've seen so far, I would have to say that's all I can think of for now. So I think I will go to the water. I did find out that I have to refill this 5 times a day to equal the amount of ounces of water that I'm supposed to drink. That information, like I said, is from me doing the equation about dividing your weight in half, and that's how many ounces of water I'm supposed to drink. So I had to redo the equation because I was losing weight. And I thought, okay, before it was closer to 6 times to refill this, and now it's at 5 even. So I thought that was great, besides the fact that I check my weight every now and then on the scale. When I started wearing the patch, I was like fluctuating between like 180 and 185, and now I'm below 180. Okay, so I'm still about 178, 179, but I mean, the weight loss is great. I do have a goal weight, and I thought, well, if you don't exercise regularly like you were, at least walking the treadmill like you were, then getting to that target weight is going to be a little harder, right? So at least I'm back on track to start. Also, let's see, water. I looked over here because I have a paper. It did not come with my paperwork. It was a paper that someone sent to me that told me about LifeWave. To maximize your benefits, they do suggest that you drink 4 to 5 ounces every 30 minutes. I know that sounds like a lot of water, but I broke it down. I said, okay, that's only 8 to 10 ounces an hour. And then I said, okay, like I said, 18-ounce bottle of water, half of it is 9. So if I drink half of this bottle of water, or if it takes me 2 hours to drink this whole bottle, then I'm fine. I said, okay, so I'll just do that, because it does not tell you on the paperwork to do this all day, right? So I said, okay, I will just gauge it off of how much water I'm specifically supposed to drink. And then this watch. Okay, so last thing I'm going to tell you about is this watch. It's really cool watch. I want to show you guys, and I'm just going to go down the different parts of it. Okay, so I got it on Amazon. It is a smartwatch, and it, tracks the 100 sports and my blood pressure, oxygen, stuff like that. But the main reason why I wanted it was to count my steps, and because I saw that it reminds you to drink water. So the original band is all black. Okay, this band did not come with the watch. This band is from a different seller than the watch, and it was a really good price. So like, this was $11.99 with a coupon. The watch itself was $39.99 with a 25% off coupon. So yeah, it was about $27. I was super excited, but I thought, I have to have something different. I like bright colors, so I came across this one. If you like this watch, I'm going to have the link to it in the description box below, and I'm going to let you know right now, and I'm going to put it there in the description box as well, that this band is a size 22 mm. Okay, because if I remember correctly, on the listing for the watch itself, with its original band, it does not tell you the size of the band. Again, that's 22 mm if you want to change it, and it's spring release. Okay, I believe specifically that's the type of band you would have to get. Okay, but yeah, I thought it reminds me to drink water if I set it to do that. That is so cool. And for the price, I mean, it's great. I also put a screen protector on it that was $5.99 for 6 screen protectors. It's still on the first screen protector. I don't think I'm gonna have to change the screen protector in a long time, so I'm glad that I have extras. But yeah, so if you're like me, you're like, you know what, I know I need to get better at drinking water, and yeah, maybe I can set an alarm on my phone or something like that. But for me, it was like, now that I think about it, if I were to do that, how would I set it, right? So I'm happy that I came across the watch, and you can, like I said, turn that alarm on and off. Okay, so you don't have to, it's not something that it stays on and you can't ever turn off. So yeah, amongst all the other great things that it does, just go click on the link, and then you're gonna be like super surprised at the price and everything that it does. I had been wanting a smartwatch, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'll try this one. I saw my husband's, his is different. And I thought, you know what? I want something that looks more like the ones that they have, like with Apple or like with Samsung. And so I came across this one. But yes, you guys, that is it for today. I am happy that I finally got this video down to just the testimony. So I will say that one of the things I know, Carnosine in our body, just really quick, because I did start wearing it, like I said, recently. It helps with inflammation and eyesight, things like that. So I was like, okay, well then maybe I'll add in this patch, and I'll see what the infrared light does when it gets to the carnosine, and what the carnosine does in my body. And if you're wondering how often do you wear them, I'll just tell you that really quick too. I just thought about that. You might want to know, because what if you don't watch the first video? So let's start with X39. So the X39 patch, you're supposed to wear it on dry, clean skin. That's for both. They suggest that you put that patch on in the morning. That's also for both, and that you can wear it for up to 12 hours. I wear both for the max amount of 12 hours. Um, let's see. Oh, every day. That's the difference. Okay, so I know I said I was going to start with X39, but I thought, you know what, let's just go over the similarities first. Okay, so that's where the difference lies. So for the X39 patch, you are advised to wear it every day for the 12 hours, and you take it off and put on a new patch the next day. And then for the Carnosine patch, it says that you can wear it for 1 to 3 days a week. And if you go to the website, it has pictures of 5 different locations where it tells you to rotate through those different locations. So that's what I do. And I chose 3 days a week, the maximum amount of weeks. And I do also wear it for 12 hours, the days I wear it. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, so they both can get wet. So if you go swimming, if you take a shower, if you're in a jacuzzi, things like that, it's fine. And then if you want to know, let's say you go swimming, you get cleaned up after, should you put in a new patch? I want to say it's left up to you, but just in case there is an actual definite answer, you can go to their webpage. I believe at the bottom you'll see contact us, and if not, they have a live chat box, and you can click on that box and chat with them Monday through Friday, and then you can ask them that question. If it gets wet, should you change it, right? Like I said, while you're swimming or in a jacuzzi or whatever, or in a shower, obviously, like, since it can get wet, it's fine. But what should you do after you finish your activity for that day? Okay, so they might tell you that stuff up to you. I don't know what they're gonna say. I haven't asked them. I don't go swimming. I don't really go in a jacuzzi. It's not very often that I'm in either, and so all I have to do is worry about a shower. And just in case I end up having to put it on, let's say before I have a chance to hop in the shower, I do clean my arm off. I wear mine here. That's not one of the locations they tell you to wear the X39 patch, but for me, it's just easier to reach it. And so they stick on very well. I do want to tell you that when you peel it off, they stick very, very well. And then also, I did read, this is not on their website, but this is some information I came across. I thought I would share it with you really quick, that in the rare occasion, if the patch irritates your skin, and I found this kind of interesting because I do have sensitive skin, so I thought, oh, since I found this information, let me make sure I read it and pay attention to what I'm reading. It said that it is rare to have a skin irritation from wearing any of the patches, but if you do, you can wear it on the inside of your shirt and it will work the same. So I thought, okay, I will see how it's doing on my skin first, and then if it irritates my skin, then I will wear it, I decided, on the inside of my sleeve. But my skin has been fine, and I do want to show you guys really quick. My Carnosine patch I can't show you because today's location is back here, where my back and the top of my waist meet. But like I said, this is the X39 patch I'm going to show you guys just really quick. Okay, so it's very small. It's not too much bigger than a quarter. Often at times I forget that I have it on, so I set an alarm for 7:30 in the morning to put the patches on, and then 7:30 p.m. to take them off. So anyways, you guys, that is it. I hope that you find this video informational, and if you have any questions, let me know. And if I don't know the answer to the question, then as usual, I'll do the research. In the meantime, like I said, you can reach out to LifeWave. How do you say, directly? I couldn't think of a word to use, but yes, directly to them, and then ask them questions. They're really nice, and so they'll answer all the questions that you have. And then if they think you should email a certain department, they will tell you that, and they will actually tell you the email address for that department. Okay, so you guys stay safe. Have a great day. As always, thank you for watching Upfront and Honest Reviews. Bye for now.